to ask a question. We'll go to Nick first on this because he hasn't spoke yet, but I'd like to get all your views on this. As Enzo Fernandez, with another performance like tonight, is he done enough now for the general consensus of Chelsea fans to say he should be part of our midfield moving forward? Because 6 months or a year ago, it was very split. Do you think, Nick, that Enzo Fernandez is now done enough to be, to stay at the club, to remain your captain and be part of your future?
Yeah. I don't know about captain. I'd like to see someone else maybe go captain. I'd rather Caicedo captain in midfield rather than Fernandes. But no, I think so. I think this season he's kind of had a bit of a turnaround. Especially the second half of the season, he's had some really good performances. I still want to see this now over the following season and season in, season out, because we kind of need to see that consistency. I mean, Caicedo is by far our best player and most important player at the moment, and he's going to be deservedly get out player of the season this year. But that's the kind of level where Enzo needs to get to consistently as well. He needs to match that, and at that point, if we can get both of them two playing as well as they can be, we're going to have a very good midfield going forward. So, yeah, I think he definitely deserves. He's pulled himself back this year, but I mean, I'm interested to see what the others think. But yeah, for me, I'd definitely say he's pulled it right back.
So he has a one tangible thing that's so important in football, and that's availability. He's available. So he's automatically got that role. He's automatically got that role over Lavia, over a Santos coming in maybe next year over anyone else. And he has improved. Some players haven't improved this season or stagnated, but he has improved. And he had to deliver it, Terry, because of his price tag, because of his disappointing performances last season. He had the injury excuse, and we gave him that excuse, and he stepped up. Obviously he had that thing in the summer, which I don't like. I don't like him being captain because of that thing in the summer that happened. Do you know what I mean? I was quite willing to sell him in the summer after that. But he's on the pitch. He's doing it. He's doing it at the moment, and that's all he can do. But my thing for him, Terry, I need to see it next season from him as well. One season is not good enough. It needs to be next season as well. Needs to carry on.
I second what Andrew says. It's the thing of what happened in the summer. Like for me, like I face it living in a country, as a expat. I face that, and I know that it's not a nice thing what he did. So that's why I always have mixed feelings when he performs for us. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm happy because he's a Chelsea player, but I'm also not. I don't want him to be captain, to be honest, and I prefer that it's Reece James. And Andrew just said that, like it's availability, and Reece James is not there all the time. Maybe it should be somebody else. Normally, it would have been a goalkeeper that would have taken captaincy because they're mostly all the time there. But like that would be like shambles if our keeper was captain. So yeah, like we're just making the best of a worse situation right now. But I'm really hoping the summer would bring some good signing, some leadership. And yeah, these guys stay fit, and yeah, that's it. That's it. I think.
How about yourself, Ronan? Have you been convinced by him? Maybe you already were before, but I know it was a big talking point amongst Chelsea fans. So how's your view on Enzo Fernandez now with another great performance today?
We hear a lot about stuff that happens that has nothing to do with the pitch. And with him, it was his marital situation earlier in the year. He's going through a lot of problems, and they split. Now they're back together again. He seems to be much better. I don't know if one has anything to do with the other, but he has made a marked improvement over the last month. So as long as he plays well, sure. I'm taking it, for what I'm seeing. Right now, he looks good. So, yeah, sure. As far as the captaincy stuff, I think he's vice captain, right? I mean, if the team is okay with it, it is what it is. Okay, as fans, we can make our decisions and say whatever we want and give our opinions, but if the team's okay with him being a captain, then it is what it is.
Yeah, I think every team has that. They have like this group of captains. It's not like necessarily captain, vice captain. They have like a group of leadership, and I think that's what they do. That's why we have about at least 3 or 4 of them that could, whoever's on the pitch or available, depending on the tournament. Yeah. Terry, I had a question for the panel here. I just wanted to ask: do you think Papa Matassa should have stayed on the pitch because he dived? He should have got a yellow card for that, and immediately after that, he got a yellow card for the foul that he created.
I thought they were taking so long to disallow the goal. I thought they were reviewing as to whether or not it was a red card.
Red card, yes, a straight red, yeah. Look, you've seen them given. What I would say in slow motion,
it looks really bad. But at the same time, it's a hard one. If you'd have been sent off for it, I don't think you would sit there and go, I don't understand why, because it was high and the studs were showing. But he's kind of going for the ball, and then Caicedo knows he can't stop him getting to the ball, so he just kind of puts his leg in his way, and it wasn't. So yeah, it's a real hard one.
I'm happy with the yellow card, but I'm saying he should have, like 2 minutes before, he should have got a yellow card for diving, because that
I was about to say that. Yeah, he could have got one for that.
I don't think he dived though. I don't think it was a penalty either. I think what happened,
but he dived.
Well, he did, and he went. The problem is, right? I'm not someone who's advocating going down easy for penalties, right? I'm not advocating that at all. The issue that you have is that most players, when they get that kind of contact, will go down, as an example. But yeah, I mean, if it had been booked for that, then I would have understood it. But look, it was one of those tackles, and I don't know how to word it right. I'm not articulate enough. It's like an orange card tackle, if that made sense, you know, because I don't know if that happened to your player when he's trying to win the ball. Was there that much force? If he'd have got sent off, though, I wouldn't have gone, oh my God, the worst decision in history either. It was close, I think. I think it was quite close.
I can't believe that both Ange and Son cut their ears to their fans on an equalising goal. Not a winner, but an equalising goal.
I know that no one's here to answer. No one is here to answer for Spurs.
Where are they, man? Where are they?
Because he got injured.
They've all bottled it, right? But fuck them. We'll have to talk about their club.
Yeah. I was scared for Caicedo because he got injured, and I was like, please don't go off the pitch, because I was really worried for him. And then this tackle happened, and I was like something has to happen, and he needs to at least go away. So I thought when James is coming, it would be for Caicedo just to rest him. But yeah, I don't know.
I hear that. Look, people saying that he dived. For me, there was contact, and he went down. And look, you can call that a dive, fair dues. I'm not disputing that. The point I'm making is that we need to be really honest. How many players this season where there's been contacts and they've gone down have been booked for diving?
That's not happened.
So the point I'm making is
time wasting. They got cards. And this game had 10 cards again. It was all because of dissent and time wasting and all of that, but it was not really for tackles. But what about Enzo's when they fouled Enzo on the penalty? Do you think that was a penalty or not?
No, I don't think
No, I don't think that was. I actually think tonight, barring the ref missing that tackle on Caicedo, but it's in real time. I actually think the referee and VAR did a very good job tonight. They disallowed the right things.
They allowed the goal. I think they should have allowed the goal, to be honest.
The offside? What goal? The offside goal?
I don't think that was clear. I don't think that was clearly offside, bro. I'll be so real, bro. Even if you go look at the picture of the line where it is, it's not clear and obvious that it's off. It took so long. You know what I mean? They took so long to show it. Look at that hand as well. I can see two arms there. I can see Jed Spence. Who's that next to Cole on the left? Right next to him.
Well, you don't. I mean, you said it was clearly not offside, so you must know who's there.
I don't know who that is, bro. I can see it's a Spurs player. I can see it's a Spurs player. It took ages on that, innit? For me, I would have given the attacker benefit of the doubt there, man.
Yeah, I get you, but I get where you're coming from. But they don't do that, do they? They don't give benefit of doubt. They go with what they can see. But yeah, I can't wait for the semi-automated offside. Again, though, if that come up with a green line and was onside, you'd also go, right, fair enough, because it was that close, and we've seen them like that. But yeah, look, I hear that. I don't think Sarr should have been sent off. I tell you who probably feels the most lucky about that whole situation is Sanchez. He's the one who's probably like, thank God he fouled Caicedo, because he really should be saving that. But no, I thought the referee actually had a pretty decent night tonight. Terry, you need to go to Turkey and get glasses as well. For what? For what? It's onside. It's onside. We have a few super chats here, and I'm going to go to Don. I'm blue, dabba dee dabba diet. That was a good song, that back in the day. Everyone loved that song when I was a kid. Hit the like button, please, people. Thank you, Luke, for encouraging everybody to do that. TM here says next year is going to be even more pressure on Enzo with how much the fans are looking forward to seeing Andre Santos play in this team. And look, I know what Chelsea fans can answer this more than me, but that's what you guys need and want. End of the
I'm
day,
excited for all the South American boys that are coming.
once upon a time, you guys had like Lampard and Essien and co, and then you went and got Ballack to the mix as well, and then that's what you do. It's this. I would say all of our fan bases have grown a very weak underbelly by and large. Where but we can't sign someone else because that'll put pressure on Mainu or put pressure on
Stop their
Enzo.
development. Stop their
Put
development.
pressure on Saka. What about their pathway? I just sit there and think, none of you fuckers. It proves how young you are. You were not watching football when our teams were all in their pomp, because our managers and our clubs back then every year added added quality into one or two.
We won
on people.
We won the league. We won the league in 05. We had Joe Cole, Robin, and Duff. You know what we did that summer? We signed Sean Wright-Phillips. That's what we did. And Sean Wright-Phillips was a big player back then. You know what I mean? He was a big player back then. That's what we did. We signed him just like that. Like you said, we had Ballack. And if Ballack was out, we had Estienne coming. We had Makelele, we had Mikel.
And not everyone worked out. But then I remember you guys, you had a good 6 months. Bang, you bought Scott Parker. You had a good 6 months. Bang, you bought Steve Sidwell. Like, I remember. This is the thing with the younger fans. Like, they just don't remember. They don't remember what your club used to do when you were at your peak. And it was, I'll be honest with you, boys, it was fucking annoying how much you used to do that. So, sorry, Don, you were muted, mate. Sorry, bro. Go on.
And that's why it pissed me off, the way we just neglected our midfield with Kante just running into the ground. Like, we just didn't replace Fabregas, really. We didn't replace Matic. It used to piss me off so much, Terry. The player that we brought in was Sal, bro. We brought in Sal. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
So that's what's crazy about everybody pissing on Clear Lake in their how they've gone about this rebuild is we don't have an Andrew Santos coming up if it's not for what they did. We don't have all this talent, Esteban William. We don't have all these other people in the wings, right? So everybody's pissed off that we're not spending all this money on guys that may or may not make it in Chelsea and are old and probably will age out in the next few years. Meanwhile, we have the best youth coming up in the league. And that's why added to what we have now.
Yet to be proven, but yes, the potential is there. Yet to be proven in the Premier League, but I am very excited for the South American potential that is coming next season. I am very excited.
And fifthly, the other piece to it is there's no more Roman, and you can't even do what he used to do. So we have to do this. It's part of a rebuild that's sustainable.
No, I agree. Like we have what we have, and then that's it. We make the best of that, and we support the team. Yeah, sometimes we get frustrated as fans, but yeah, like I'm just excited for next year. I just think that we still need a striker, like a talisman, somebody that we can like depend on. Jackson can play second fiddle, be less strain on him. Probably.
Yeah, we still need to have ready-made players to help these young guys. As much as I like Esteban and the Santos and that, these guys will never reach their potential if they're all learning from each other. They need to have players.
Don is right, because there just isn't. I've been asking for it for 2 months, and no one's been able to show me an example where that's happened. And it might work out well for you guys this time, but we'll see.